Hey folks, welcome back to the Portable Gamer, welcome back to American Truck Simulator, and welcome to Portland at last. So, what is new? There's always something new in every episode. I got a skin built for the 389, for the Viper 389. This is a tricky truck to skin. Not everything lines up exactly like it does. A lot of mods, everything is sort of linear in that the doors are the same height and the sleeper is between the doors, so if you want to have a symmetrical pattern, something even that lines up all the way around, you can just make it in a straight line across the DDS file, and it goes right on there. This is kind of, I don't want to say it's all over the place, but it's the pieces of the truck. A lot of trucks are like origami when you skin them. Essentially, you unfold it into a flat thing, and then you put the images on it. This truck is more like it's made of a lot of little pieces. So I got something on there. We'll keep working on it. Always a work in progress. And I think I got my lights set up the way I want them. I like lights on a truck. I'm an American, but not too many. Not too many. So I got that all set up. And I did find a headache that I like. And it's got some beacons on it. So awesome. Awesome. And it seems to be the Viper 389 seems to be working. Seems to be. So we're in Portland right now. I got up to Portland yesterday off camera. Took a couple tries and I thought there were some problems somewhere. Turns out, as always, just me needing to figure things out. And I did. So I think I had a mod conflict. I got it sorted out. There was no problem with the DLC. And really there wasn't even a problem with the mod. It was just the way I had things configured. So I got that set up. I came straight into Portland last night. No problems at all. And now we're in Portland and we're going to Burns. And I think there's a really cool area, the Dales. There's a really cool area. And I think we're going to go through there regardless. But let's go ahead and just confirm that we are definitely going to go through there, because it's a really fun area. I was talking yesterday about some of the twists and turns that are on this map. Burns. Yeah, we want to go through here. Yep. Okay. 329 miles. Take about 20 minutes to get there. Perfect. It is going through the Dales. It reminds me of ETS. It's very tight. A lot of lefts and rights. A lot of what have yous, as the Big Lebowski would say. So yeah, man, got this truck configured and got it figured out, I guess. Go third person, break the immersion here. I got it figured out, and it's a combination of minimal chrome, at least for me. Could be, you know, your mileage may vary, as they say. Minimal chrome. I took off the air pipes on top of the air cleaners. That helped. I took off the front mirrors. That helped. And I think the mod maker said that they improved the mirrors a bit. So, you know what I mean? You gotta kind of meet in the middle. And I also took off on the front. You remember on the front yesterday we had that illuminated logo, and that wasn't working too good. It was coming on with the turn signal, so we got all that taken off. So yeah, we're okay. It's just always a work in progress. So this digger that we have on here is not terribly heavy. I want to say it's about 35,000 pounds. So not terribly heavy, but definitely something that makes more sense for this big 3-axle, incredibly long wheelbase truck. And I have to say, I'm so happy to have the Viper 389 operating. It really is a great truck. It's a classic truck. It is. The Viper 389 is to ATS what the RJL Scania is to ETS. It could be the most legendary and most comprehensive truck in the catalog. Man, when you see this thing when you take it in to configure it, the number of slots and the number of goodies that you can put on this truck, it's amazing. So it was super, super frustrating for me that I couldn't get it working, and it all came down to those mirrors. So right now we're at about 50 FPS. That works for me. That's perfect. And now something else, this is also from yesterday, is I turned off Reshade and SweetFX. And I have to say, I'm not missing it. I like it. I like it, but it's one of those almost like time and a place things, you know? And I feel like maybe the game is rendering differently, maybe something else is happening. I just feel like we don't need it right now. And to turn it on, it just makes everything too dark. So that is helping us gain a few FPS as well. So we're going to be traveling east at sunset. It's about 5:30 right now, 17:30 if that's how you tell time. And it's going to be getting dark probably in about 3 or 4 hours, and we're going to get there in about 6 hours. So we'll do most of this trip in daylight, but we'll do a little bit of it at dusk, sunset, and a little bit of it in darkness. Did I say that right? A little bit of it in darkness. Yep. So that ought to work out just right, because I don't want to always stay 100% away from nighttime videos. I really like driving at night, and I think this game looks fantastic at night as well. So I'll try to keep it to a minimum, but only so you can see, right? If that makes sense. I can see fine at night, but I know the videos get a little bit dark. Maybe with Reshade and SweetFX turned off, they'll stay a little lighter. I don't know. But we'll just play it by ear. What else is going on? There is also, Jazzy Cat released, it's the first one that I've seen. There could be others, but it's the first one that I've seen, released a bus pack for ATS. I know he's got plenty of buses for ETS. This is the first I've seen of buses for ATS. And we're in Portland, by the way. I'm sorry I'm not talking up the Oregon DLC. As much of a geek as I was waiting for it, now that it's here, I'm like, oh yeah, Portland, whatever. Yeah, you know, it's Portland out there. Big deal. But, yep, it is, the highway system in this DLC is unbelievable. Kudos to SCS. So, yep, we are leaving Portland, and I think I'm looking forward to the Dales more than I'm looking forward to Portland, if that makes sense. It's really cool. You'll see when we get there. Well, I hope it's really cool. I think it is. Who knows how you'll feel about it, but we'll be there in a minute. Buses. Yeah, there's a bus right there. So I know Jazzy Cat has tons of buses for ETS that really adds to the map, but I want to say this is at least the first one that I've ever seen of an American bus pack. So let's keep our eye out and see if we can spot your Greyhound. You got your Greyhound, you got your Trailways, you know, sort of typical American buses. So we'll see how that looks. And what else is there was one more thing. What the hell was I going to tell you? Oh, I can't remember. So Moment, Big Bend coming up. Trying to get some lights on here too. It's not quite dark yet, but there we go. Never hurts to have some lights on. Safety first, yo. I remember what I was going to say. So we're going back to back. We're doing ATS 2 days in a row. And it's because of the Oregon DLC. I'm still, you know, I'm really trying to get a feel for the channel, how I want it to work, what I want it to be, you know, all that stuff. So as long as I've waited for this DLC and as much as I've talked it up, let's go ahead and we'll go back to back. And also because yesterday's video, I have to say, was a little bit chaotic. Probably not my best work. And I want to be, well, I don't just want to be, I hope I am serious enough about the channel that I'm not just, you know, that there's never a time when I'm like, whatever, close enough. You know, I don't really feel great about that episode yesterday. Now, to be fair, it took me so many tries to get it. Sir? Oh, dear. Oh, that was really bad. It took me so many tries to get it. It was hours and hours, and all those miscues up near Portland when the game was crashing, and I was really not frustrated, but at a certain point, it's like, man, come on! I just want to play a video game. And eventually, it did. I don't know, sort of come together, but I didn't feel great about it. So consider this one to be maybe the real Oregon DLC debut video, the proper one, because the one yesterday, I don't know, maybe I was tired. who knows? Ooh, this seems... I didn't see this because on the way in, you don't go through this. It's only on one half of the highway. Okay. Right, okay. So, what else? I think that's it. Oh, no, I did see Assetto Corsa Competizione. I did see roadmap is going to be end of October. End of October? Yeah. No, I'm sorry. Not Assetto Corsa Competizione. Spintire's Mud Runner. Could there be two games that are more different? Spintire's Mud Runner has an American DLC that is going to drop at the end of October, and I am really excited about that. It's got some American vehicles in it, which I believe are going to be the first American vehicles from the developer. 76,000. For some reason, I thought this thing was lighter. Oh, you know what? I thought it was 34,000, which would be 17 tons. And it's actually 75,000, which is approximately 34 tons. Okay. I just got my math backwards. Yeah, it's a really cool DLC. There's a ton of hype about it. In the Spintire's Mud Runner store, there's like press releases and teasers for all the different content that's in it. But it's going to have American-style maps and a bunch of American vehicles. So I'm really excited about that. That's going to be the end of October, so we got another few weeks for that. There is Assetto Corsa Competizione is going to have the next phase of the early access. That, I think, is late October as well. So that's on the horizon. No date yet for Beyond the Baltic Sea for ETS, but we're also getting close to November, which is going to be Farm Sim 19, and I'm super, super excited about that as well. That is going to be awesome. Can't wait. Can't wait. Not sure how I feel about rideable horses, but you know what? The thing that's cool about Farm Sim is if there's stuff that you don't like, just don't do it. You know, I'm not particularly a fan of pigs, so I just don't mess with pigs. There you go. Easy enough. I'm not particularly a fan of logging, so I just don't log. Okay. Easy enough. So if you don't want to ride the horse, don't ride the horse. I can't imagine that the sim would be set up in a way that you have to ride a horse. That would be ridiculous. Right. Let's see where we are here. So this is the Dales. And I'm hoping, even with this heavy trailer, I'm hoping that we get to go through this little tight section. This is not it, but it's similar, right? Little lefts and rights, lefts and rights. I might just creep this stop sign. I don't see anybody around. Let's do it. Yes, there is a dog barking. I told you I'm out in the country, and I'm not too keen on that little pooch, I have to say. I'm a dog person, more than a cat person. But I'm definitely not a loud dog person, and that is a loud dog. Might even be a bad dog. I don't know. I haven't got up close to it yet. It's on the other side of some woods behind this Airbnb. But there's a fine line between a loud dog and a bad dog. That could be a bad dog. I'm going to go for a run later. Maybe I'll run past him and make an assessment of whether or not that is in fact a bad dog. I think it could be. Right. I feel like, as I'm looking at this DLC, I feel like there's a little bit more detail and a little bit more clutter. And I like that. That to me, I mean, take a look at this. Does this seem a little bit more realistic and a little bit more immersive than some of the other map, some of the base map? I think it does. I think it does. Right, and if I'm not mistaken, this is the little twisty bit right up here where these little streets are. Yep. Oh, perfect, and we get to go through it in daylight. I was really hoping we would. So right coming into this area from the other direction, we're just making kind of a straight shot all the way up here. But when you come down the other way, you can see, oh, you think they'd cut a working man a break in a little town in Oregon, but no, they done me. So coming down from the other direction, coming down the hill into town, it's, you can see from where we went, from where the road is highlighted from where we came in, it's a little bit more, well, lefts and rights. But it's, I don't know, there's something just very, to me, that it seems very authentic and very lifelike. But I'm really enjoying this. I'm enjoying the map, I'm enjoying the DLC, I'm just enjoying gaming this month. It's been, well, I know it's early October, but September I feel like was a really good gaming month for me, which that's a weird thing to say. But I don't know, man. It's just kind of how I feel about it. It's everything just came together. Yes. Here's some, hey, John Deere tractor. Here's some twisty bits up here. Listen, sir. All right. Ooh. Now, where I put my marker is just a little bit off to the side. And I don't want to go down there to try to get it, but if I don't go down there to try to get it, it's going to keep sending me backwards. So before we get too sideways here, let's just do this. There we go. You know what I mean? I didn't feel like going over there to clear that waypoint, but if we didn't, then all the way into Burns, the arrows would be pointing the wrong way and everything would be like all ass backwards. So I just move it. Not a big deal. Not a big deal. I think that's all my gaming news. This week in gaming news, that's all I got for you. I'm going to, as soon as I'm done with this, I'm going to put this into render and I'm going to record MotoGP. And man, you talk about contrast. Go from this gigantic wheelbase truck hauling a digger to a 600cc Moto 2 race bike. But I mean, that's what's great about sim gaming, though, is you do whatever you want, man. There's so many kinds of sims available now. And this is twisty. I mean, you can see looking at the mini map, this is twisty, but we've got kind of a load on here, so try to get through here in true Jedi style and have no mishaps. Concentrating. Game looks pretty good, though. What do you say? I think with reshade off, it brightens the game up a little bit. It took me a while to get used to it because it does seem a little washed out and flat. Like there's less contrast and some of the brights aren't as bright. But the darks aren't as dark, so it does, particularly at night, you know, when the cab is so dark to begin with, and you only have that little sort of bar of world that you're looking out at. When the only thing that you can see of the world is too dark, and the whole inside of the truck is dark anyway, I think it just makes the whole frame maybe a little too dark. I don't know. I'm glad I turned it off, and I'm glad. I mean, you talk about how everything just like kind of comes together and things work out the way they're supposed to. The only reason I think I was messing with that was to try to get a few more FPS out of the out of the Viper. So you could say that the Viper 389 being kind of a quirky truck is how we ended up turning off Reshade, which has possibly made the game look a lot better. See what I'm getting at? Like, the Viper being problematic improved our game. You know what I'm saying? That's Zen, yo. That might be Zen. I don't know. It seems kind of Zen. Can't believe we just made it through there without clipping that guy. Holy smokes. Okay. I'm really feeling good about this trip now. Like, we've got fate on our side or something. It's all coming together. Right. So right about here. Okay, cool. Now, next thing we're going to do is I'm going to try to get over to the coast, because Oregon has mountains, naturally, but it's also got a coast. It's got an ocean. And there's some Steam achievements for Oregon. I'm not going to get too hung up on those. I'm a little bit sour on Steam achievements because of the ones that we can't get in the base map because of, I think it's the company names mod that we're running. Yeah, I'm going to roll this stop sign. Maybe. No. No. Oh. Oh, turning circle. It's okay. It's okay. Didn't hit anything. Didn't get a ticket. That's all I'm worried about. There we go. Okay. Like it didn't happen. You didn't see nothing. Yeah, Steam achievements. A little bit. I mean, I don't know how to get them unless we turn off our company names mod. But I don't even know if that's the real problem. I don't know. It's just Steam achievements. Not that big a deal. But I want my sack of jewels, man. I want my trading cards, my booster pack. I'll tell you a secret. I don't even know how half that stuff works. Like, I get jewels, I get cards. You can combine them, you can split them apart, you can, like, I don't know. Sometimes I'll get a letter that says I have a new item in my inventory in Steam, and I look in there and it's like, you have 1,200 jewels, and I'm like, oh, I like jewels, that's fantastic. And then it's like, do you want to make a booster pack? And I'm like, yeah, why wouldn't I want to make a booster pack? So I do, and now I have a booster pack. I have no idea what it is or what I can do with it. Okay, great. Booster pack. All I know is they update my games automatically, and I love them for it. I can't believe I used to do this stuff manually. And I'm really looking forward to whoa. I'm also looking forward to having Farm Sim on Steam. But the rumor is that they're still going to have the Giants Mod Hub. They're not going to have mods in the Steam store, and I don't know why. I'm told it has something to do with quality control. But I don't know, man. I don't know. Sorry, buddy. Something about it just doesn't seem right. But that's how they want to do it. That's how they do it. All right, so we don't have... Whoa. Kind of wobbling right there. We don't have too awful far to go. Another few minutes of a real time. Another couple hours of game time. But yeah, man, I think this really worked out well. We got to see some things in daylight. We got to drive a little bit at night. Yeah, I know. I steer with my left thumbstick on the gamepad, and all my controls for my lights and wipers and everything are on the left as well. So if I'm in a turn, I can't lift my thumb to get the lights. And I need to remember when we get into... Where are we going? Burns? When we get into Burns, I need to remember to go into the truck configurator and pull that chrome strip off the center of my hood. I did that little pinstripe thing up there. But in real life, if you paid somebody to pinstripe your hood, you wouldn't have a big piece of chrome over it. So we need to get that sorted. Get over here in the curb lane. And I think... Whoa. Snuck up on me. How do red lights sneak up on me like that? That happens quite a bit. Quite a bit. So, we're going to go around the Walmart here. And I don't know if we're getting on the highway yet or not. I don't even know if there is a highway down into Burns or if we're just going to take little country roads. It's not too awful far. In fact, we can set the brake and take a quick look. Bend is where we're going through. Yeah, we're going to take, yeah, it just looks like a little state highway. No, sorry, it's a national highway. Okay, we're going to take a U.S. highway into Burns. Okay. Easy enough. I do like that there are highway patrol officers, Oregon Highway Patrol, and also city cops in some of the different towns. I think that's a nice detail. And I think, yeah, we'll be okay on fuel. We've only got another 100 miles to go, more or less. 121 miles. We can make it on half a tank. We better be able to. That'd be crazy if we couldn't. Right. Now I don't know if you saw in the intro, but I did decorate the back of the coffin box, but then we've got that headache behind it. So if we ever pull the headache off, you'll be able to see the graphic that I did. It's nothing complicated. I just threw the company name on the back of the sleeper, and then it's covered up by the headache at the moment. But I mean, if we go with a logger rack or something shorter or whatever, you know what I mean. But I did go ahead and put it back there. Oh, you know what else? I forgot. So I feel like slow down a little bit here. I feel like we were losing a few FPS from Reshade, but since I pulled it off, I was able to crank up the scaling again. So I'll have to check on the replay to see if that's helping with any of the moray and picket fence that we get. Because I know if you jack the scaling all the way, you get very, very little picket fence. And you know, that's kind of don't kill the motorcycle. You know, that's kind of a thing for me, is anytime we're passing a railing or something with a long run of straight lines and you get the picket fence, it's like, oh, it just drives me nuts. So I'll take a look on the replay and seeing if jacking the scaling helped out with that at all. It should, and I can't see why it wouldn't, but we're able to take the scaling back up and not take a big hit on FPS. Burns is where we're going. Do we need to get over? We do not. Okay. You're going to go straight past the Tesla dealer and then just stay on Highway 20 all the way into Burns. I think. Is that right? Yeah, I think it is. I like the sound on this truck. It's not, I wouldn't say it's like the most aggressive or like gnarly sound, but it's got a nice tone to it. It's got a nice complex sound palette too. There's a lot of, yeah, like the different braking sounds and the turbo and everything. It's got a nice sound palette. It's an amazing truck, and I'm really glad that it seems to be, at the moment, it seems to be working, because this is, in fact, let's go way back. Let's hop in the Wayback Machine. I told you the very first time I ever saw anybody playing American Truck Simulator, like the first I ever heard of it was Slap Train, had it on his channel. And he was in this truck, and I believe he had like the Optimus Prime paint job or something. You know, Slap Train likes to ham it up. And so this truck was the very first like exposure that I ever had to American Truck Simulator. And it is an amazing truck. I love it, but it's been challenging for me. Like the whole time I've been in ATS, I've constantly tried to get the Viper to work, and I feel like I'm always fighting it. But for the moment, fingers crossed, it seems to be behaving. So we'll see if we can keep the streak going. Right. Now we're on Highway 20. Okay. Now it says that we've got a 620 horsepower cat motor in here, and it says it's open pipe. That does not sound like open pipe to me. However, you know, when you get a lot of mods going, like this truck I believe has its own engines, but then I have a mod pack with engines for base game, and you know how that works. Things are like overwriting each other. You got to have them in the correct order. You got to put this here. And, hey, oh. So, wow, that's bright. So I don't know if this is the right engine sound or if there's a mod that is kind of jumping the queue, so to speak, and we're getting a different engine sound, because this certainly does not sound like open pipe to me. I mean, it could be. I just typically think of open pipe as a little bit louder, you know, not MOT compliant. Could be. I don't know. It sounds pretty tame. I don't think it's open pipe. Oh, he's going for it. Sir? Traffic seems a little bit more... Really? Okay, we'll check the replay. I think that guy decided to commit suicide in front of my truck, because we were well past him and he was stopped. So I think... Now, did we just take damage? No, we did not. I think we've got regular wear and tear damage on the truck at 1%, but nothing on the trailer, nothing on the cargo, so okay. Oh, game. Always messing with my mind. So I was, like, literally the words, I feel like the traffic is getting more intense. Those words were actually coming out of my mouth when that guy drove into the side of us. I assume it was a guy. Could have been a woman. You know, I don't discriminate. When that person drove into our truck. So, I'll check the replay. There is not a ton of throw on the lights on this truck, I must say. But that's okay. I mean, it's an older school style light. No, it's not actually. I take that back. These have to be aftermarket because the original 389 did not have like LED ghost ring DRL headlights, so those are clearly aftermarket, so they should be brighter. Okay, now I'm a little disappointed. Now I need to talk to my mechanic, ask him what's up with those lights. Right. And we have been to Burns before. Yeah, I think we have. Did it just start raining? Sure did. Okay. Well, it is Oregon. So this has been, yeah, a little bit of everything in this episode. I don't know that I would call this an actual heavy cargo. I mean, it's heavy, but I don't think it rises to the level of like heavy, heavy. Maybe it does. I don't know. But I definitely feel like we've gotten our money's worth this episode. Yes. Thanks, buddy. There's been a lot going on. And I also noticed, what did I say? Okay. I'll be there momentarily. What did I say? 20 minutes? This is not going to be 20 minutes. This is well over 20 minutes. Let me take a look. Yeah, we're already 35 minutes. We have probably another 5 to go. So longer episodes, but you know what? I just drive till we make our delivery. And I mean, unless it's a really long, like, I don't know. You know what I mean? Like super, super long, but this isn't. Not too long. Just took a minute. Alright, so there's a rest stop. Okay. And what time is it? Midnight. Okay. Not too bad. Not too bad. Yeah, I know I got quiet. I'm concentrating. Now, oh, what the hell? I was just about to ask something. Well, I was going to ask you something, but you can't answer. So I guess I was going to ask something like rhetorically, maybe? I don't know. But now I can't even remember what I was going to ask rhetorically. Ain't that something? Let me turn the wipers up a little bit here. I can't see. Okay, okay. I don't think I've been down this road before. I may have been. It doesn't seem familiar. And I can't see if it's highlighted or not. You know what I mean? Like when you're on a single lane road, you can't see if the other side has been highlighted. Not single lane, but you know what I mean. Not a freeway, not a highway. This is a little bit spooky. It's narrow, it's wet, there's traffic, and we've got a big trailer. But I think we made it. Yes, we have been on this road before. I can see the highlight now. Okay. All right, well, that got a little exciting there at the end. How are we doing on time? 39 minutes. A little bit long, but you know what? That's how it works out. And I need to sleep. Man, everything is happening at once right now. We're late, it's raining, it's nighttime, and I'm tired. And I believe I bought 2 garages. Where did we buy garages? We bought one in Eugene. Is the other one in Burns? Do we have a garage here? Oh, that'd be awesome if we did. And there's plenty of places to sleep, but just curious if we have one down here. I really think that the developers kind of dropped the ball on not that you can't do repairs in your own garage. I think you should be able to do repairs in your own garage, and I think the whatever. I mean, there still need to be shops in all the towns so you can get repairs done anywhere. But I feel like you should be able to do repairs in your own shop and pay like a lot less or pay nothing at all. You know what I mean? But I can't understand why you have a garage if you can't do repairs. And I understand it's for like fast travel and a place to, you know, represent like where you store your trucks. I get all that. But I really think you should be able to do repairs in your garage for a reduced rate. Or that like when you pull in and sleep in your garage, that it like repairs your truck while you're sleeping, or I don't know, something. Next one. Next one. Yep. Okay. This one. No, next one. Nope, that was it. Oh no. Oh no. Nope. I don't know what I was seeing on the mini-map that made me think it was the next one. I know there's some construction yards that have 2 entrances, and I think there's like a couple of mills that have 2 entrances. And I didn't want to go in too early. Okay. Now, where are we dropping off? Looks like over here somewhere. Right there. Okay. Can we go around? Looks like we can. Okay. Little subdivision being built back here. Some nice little homes in Burns, Oregon. Oh. Where's my dirt pile? Oh, right there. Okay. Just swing it a little bit wider. Just a little bit. Hey, at least I remembered. Now, next question. As long as this truck is, are we even going to be able to do this? Oh, you know what? I think we can. I think we're supposed to go right over here. Yep, I bet we are. Maybe. Maybe. I'm going to take one swing at it, and then we're going to call it, because the parking aspect of these videos can sometimes go on a little bit too long. Right. There you go. Right, so we'll turn these off. Should have turned those off a minute ago. Turn those off. Set the brake. Engine off. Let's see how we did. There you go. Right on. No promotion yet, but we're getting there. Folks, thanks for stopping back to check out the Portable Gamer. Thanks for joining us for another episode of American Truck Simulator. Have a great weekend. See you soon. Take care.